Squeaky's on the windowsill, king of the throne. Charlie's got a feather toy, she's in her zone. Doobie's in the kitchen, knocking stuff down. 3 cats ruling this crazy little town.
Good evening, everyone. Not morning, evening. It is 6 p.m. Just getting my video out to you now, or, well, just making the video now. You'll probably get it later on tonight because I have to rewatch it and edit and all that wonderful jazz. As you can see, Aunt T went off the rails of the crazy dress. Pam's doing it, and I'm like, you know what? Not because we're best friends, but you know what? I can too. Now, I have took pictures in 3 of them, or of all 3 of them. I am not a model. I don't know how to stand correct. I know they look dumpy on me because of the way I don't know how to stand correct in a dress. But I love them. I got each of these for $5. 2 out of the 3 had tags, and I looked them up. One of them is a $50 dress. Another one is a $40 dress. Well, 39 something dress. So I'm imagining this is in between there too. Unless this is one of the ones with the tag. I can't tell because it might even be one of the night dresses because it's got a pocket right here. The pink one has pockets in the side. This does not. And I'm not sure about the other one. I didn't look. I was just excited. They had a whole bunch of them. And if I had known how much they really actually cost, I'd have bought them all. $5 at a resale shop with tags. This cat is a pain in my neck. She will not get off of me. So, yeah, okay, Aunt T's doing the dress thing. And yeah, okay, maybe it doesn't look like a circus tent. I always thought it would. It's just, I don't know how to stand. I got really bad posture anyway. So I'm not going to be a supermodel or anything like that. But they make me feel good. They make me feel pretty. That skirt I have that has those big 70s like flowers on them, that's LuLaRoe. My favorite top, that's blue. It's over there hanging up. That is, it looks like it's got roses on it, but if you look really close, they're tigers. That's a LuLaRoe. Actually, that was my first LuLaRoe. I got that from a mystery box on Poshmark. And she'd sent it, and I thought, I'm not sure about this pattern. And then I looked closer because I thought, it's roses. And I looked closer, I'm like, that's tigers. I have to keep it. I'm the crazy cat lady. I have to wear the cat shirt. Cat shirt. With an R. And then, just like, Pam was here, and she's, I don't know, at first I was like, what the heck is wrong with you? What's wrong with t-shirts and jeans? And, when she was here, I said, woman, I do not know what deep end you jumped off of. And she goes, what? What? And I said, well, I was about to say, and I'm about to join you. But you had to interrupt like you were going to get insulted or something. Well, Aunt T is joining. Why frickin' not? Why shouldn't I, even though I do act like a dude, but it's habit because I had to. I had to act all big old bad A and, that. I had to. So I guess I'm reclaiming my femininity. I am a lady. I am a girl. I am a female. I am not a lady. But somebody called me a lady. I was like, no. No. I'm not a lady. I'm a female, but I'm not a lady. I am giving myself femininity. Even, why shouldn't I? I deserve it. Pam just now said, you know what? We deserve this. It makes you feel luxurious. It makes you feel like if you feel good in an outfit, you're going to look good. Like in the pictures I took, and you're going to see them and I'm not going to retake them because I'm tired. But you'll see the pictures I took. My niece called and said, do you need to go to town? I said, yeah, actually I need to go get cat food. Because I did, because I got paid today. And so I went to town with them. I got the cat food, and Dad said, you want to see some resale shops? I said, sure. And I looked up at the sign, and it said LuLaRoe dresses $5. And I'm like, LuLaRoe? They're so wild and out there with their patterns and stuff that they're actually cool. Like this. And again, I always thought, that's flashy and it makes me look like I'm wearing a circus tent, probably. And I was plugging you in, that's why I was shaking the camera. And I'm like, it's just not, I don't think on me. And then you know what? I thought, she's been bringing me this maximalism. Wear this dress with this fluffy thing. And what I'm actually going to do is try to get my hands to work for me and make little cotton type sweaters to put over them. Maybe not this one, or not this one or that one, or the other darker one, the pink one, because it's gonna be like an adult bib. It's too pretty, and it's too light to wear anywhere to eat, unless I have something to wear over it. This I could probably. But she's just absolutely right. Why can't we be girls? Why can't we be girls? I went to Walmart. I didn't take any freaking video, okay? Again, we were with my niece and my grandnephew, and basically if I'd taken a video, it would have had his voice on it, or it would have had his image on it, or it would have had this, and I'm like, I just can't, I can't cut him out of this. There's too much of it to cut out of. So I didn't take video. But we went to Toski because that's where they live. They live in a bigger town. Well, I don't know what this is, but it looks like sewing thread. But you know what else it looks like? Broken. Looks like you could take this. For one thing, you can take it and double it over and crochet with that. But you can also twist them together. I know that's not very clear, but it's not focusing for some reason. I don't know why. You can also twist them together. This one I have to dye. This one I got at the resale shop, probably for 50 cents. And it's because I need to dye it. It looks like an old lady dropped her coffee on it. Was that me? No. No, it was not me. I could dye that with coffee. And I have dyed those with coffee. I just made them more brown. And I showed them to her already. I'm not traveling with them. I told her this in Messenger too. I am not traveling with books again. They are freaking heavy. But this one, the last copyright on it was 1977. And she does cooking. So, and this one, I forgot what this one was. 73. 1973. But she's been getting into this too. Hand embroidery. Now her machines do embroidery. And now she's getting into hand embroidery. Well, it's stitches and showcases, and I flipped through the book a little bit. But it says complete introduction to all traditional and national styles with needlepoint, smocking, applique, quilting. Over 200 illustrations, 40 in full color. Ooh, that makes... Can you imagine though? Let's see, this has an introduction. Other exciting books of value. Okay, there's some stitches, the back stitch, pouncing. Pricking and pouncing is the traditional method of putting a design onto fabric. Transferring, frames, fabrics, and then there's running stitch, satin stitch, but there's also all these illustrations, pictures, and this one is Chapter 3, Needlepoint and Tapestry. I mean, smells like I hung out with the mothballs, though. I was like, woo! I could smell that. Oh, so I got her those again. I am, honestly, that's another thing I like to hoard, is books. And the written word. And written patterns. Again, one of these days, and it might not happen in my lifetime, and it might. One of these days, we might end up without internet. We might end up without electricity, which I'll have to get the heck out of Michigan if we do that. We might end up without. So, oh, I thought it was a bug. It was that. It was yarn. So, to have information like how to sew, how to cook, how to fix leaky pipes in a book would be like having a library of Google. So I think it's very important to have the printed word. I think Pam also thinks it too, because she's been collecting cookbooks. I think she thinks cookbooks are neat too, because she cooks. She's a good cook. Good cook. But I think she pretty much agrees with me about the fact that, yeah, we might one day be off the grid. I found another. Would they charge me for this one? Why do I smell everything? But anyway, this one, I think they charged me 50 cents. That's all cotton. This one I did not get there. But this one I got, at this time, this one I got at another resale shop for 50 cents. Again, this one was a cheaper one because some old woman dropped her coffee on it. And I have a bag full of it. This thing was $2. And if nothing else, you can use it to sew things together. I mean, it's a big giant roll. But what I'm thinking is to just mix it together with this other stuff. I might not have to dye the one if the blue is on it, because it might just make a variant. I don't know. So what else did I get? I got a bag of Army Guys for $2. No, not even $2. 99 cents. They had 4 of them laying there, and I could have bought them all. But my grandnephew does not need 4 big bags of... My grandnephew does not need 4 big bags of Army Guys. He's got lots of stuff. And actually, I didn't leave them where he could get them. What I'm going to do is shove them in my pockets. You know how you put treats in your pockets to make a dog obey? I'm going to shove Army Guys in my pockets. And, oh, wow, I really like the way you said please for that one. Here's an Army Guy. Or, oh, wow, man, look at what you did. Oh, today, you know what he did at Walmart? I'm so proud of him. He told his mommy he had to go potty. And he went potty. He's usually wearing a pull-up. 5. And it seems nowadays that's normal. 5-year-olds, maybe even 8-year-olds running around with pull-ups on. But today, he said, Mommy, I need to go potty. And he did. And we were in the line for Subway. And she says, oh, he'll just eat a bag of chips. And he goes, I want a cookie. And his mama said, I said, Mama? His mama said, yes, you can have a cookie. And I said, I'm going to buy you a cookie. Because I bought us all. It was $20. I bought us all Subway. We were hungry. I said, I'm going to buy you a cookie because you did the potty. Yeah. Everybody in that store watched me. He come up, I go, did you do it? He goes, yes. And I raised my hands, I go, yeah. You know, I went, yeah. You know, high fives. Yes, good job. Everybody was looking at me, and I don't even know if they were looking at me like ew, or looking at me like, that's a good person. Hopefully it was that's a good person, because you know what? I'm trying. I'm trying. Or at least admiring that, or maybe they were joining in on the celebration. Maybe they were like, hey, he did a cool thing. Cool, you know? I don't know. They were looking. I don't care. They saw me being happy with him. That's all I care about. Is they saw me being happy with him. And enjoying his company and praising. And I don't know what it's called nowadays. But I praised him. I mean, there's certain things you're not allowed to say nowadays because this, that, and another thing. Like, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with saying that? I grew up saying those things. But you're not allowed to now. So what else did we do? Went to Walmart and two resale shops. The first one I got was the Salvation Army. I got the books for Pam. I also got, I can't reach him because Charlie's on me. That's what feet are for. Ha ha ha. I also got, because they're pillowcases, they're odds and end pillowcases, and sheets. I think the sheets might be $1. Their odds and end pillowcases are 50 cents. Look at this cloth. Look at this cloth. It's Paris. I could make a top. And this one, it's a fitted. And it feels like the elastic's pretty stretchy. It doesn't feel crunchy or anything. But I'll take the elastic off of it. And I think somebody folded this. Somebody who knew how folded this. And I'm going to make a muumuu out of it. That's the kind of print they have for those. So, and then the one blue yarn that I don't know what to really do with, but, you know, I got from the Salvation Army. The other, and this ball of white I got from the Salvation Army. And then these dresses, and about 5 more of these. Now, the 5 more of these were more full, and let's see, 1, 2, there was 4 in the pack. There was 7. But 4 in a pack was $10. Now, if you look up those things, the bigger rolls of them, not these tiny little ones, but there might be a little close too. But the bigger rolls of them are close to $10. So, apples to apples, I basically got the same. So, yeah, I got the books and some yarn. Oh, I got those paddings for shoes. There were 4 of them in the pack for $2.50. And I was like, I was just saying I wanted those. And they're expensive if you buy them new. But these were in the pack, so there's nothing wrong with them. They just were at a resale shop. So I got, there were not 4 pairs, there were 2 pairs. There were 4, because usually people have 2 feet. Some people do not. That one girl was born with her legs all fused together and she looked like a mermaid. I guess she had other conditions and she passed away, but they called her the mermaid baby. And I thought it was cute. It initially was kind of shocking to see, but then I thought, she's so cute. But I think they said she did pass away finally. I don't know if they separated the legs or not. Anyway, that was my tangent, because some people don't have 2 feet. I think she did have 2 feet, though. She just didn't have 2 legs. And that's why they were calling her the mermaid baby. I didn't expect to like a lot of print. This, to me, looks good on me. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. And witty. But not that other word, because that's not what it means nowadays. Oh. What are all these little happy little people walking around doing happy little people things? That's what it meant back then, was happy. Or it may have meant the same thing, and I don't know. Oh, so I'm tired. And I've had a frickin' migraine all a frickin' day. Speaking of frickin' and tired and migraines. Hey, there's still coffee in there. Oh my gosh. When did coffee grounds go up to dang near $20 a container? When I went to go buy some coffee grounds and I was like, $17.99? 17 for coffee? So I got the bigger bottle of the instant for $6. And I was just told, you don't like instant. And I says, well, I also don't like migraines and I'll adapt. With that, I got them catnip too. I sprayed Doobie with it earlier. And she kind of sniffed it like, what is that? I should like that. And when she starts liking that stuff, then I really know it's time for her to have her surgery, because that stuff, it's kind of like chocolate to us. It's kind of like an aphrodisiac, and it makes them kind of happy in an adult way. And yes, you can Google that, because I have Googled it too, because Alana told me that. She says, you know what you're doing to your cat? You're not getting them, getting them traditionally, inebriated like you do with green stuff. You are making them adult happy. And I said, you're gross. Stop telling me that. And I looked it up, and it's true. She also said patting them on the back of the tail, where they love to raise their butt. They raise their butt because it makes them the same way. So yes. Oh, actually, that's what I thought well, that's what she told me. It's like touching their, patting them on their bone above their adulthood. The pelvic area. Now, why a boy cat would elevate her butt himself, I don't know. That's not how science works. I'm going to get off that subject because little ones have big ears. And I can only talk in code for so long. You adults really understand what I'm saying. I know you understand. But one of these days, that one's going to catch on and say, Auntie, we did talk. It should teach me a few things. Ooh, guys. I did 2 videos today. One of them went over 90 minutes, and my phone's like, no, we got to take this clip out. Well, they took the clip out, and it didn't make any sense afterwards. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just make another video. Well, I started making another video, and my niece called. So I erased all of that and thought, I'll show them the town. Then I realized everything I wanted to show them was on the other side of the car. And coming back out of town, it would have been on the wrong side of the car. Coming into town, I would have had a full shot of my grandnephew the whole time. And I couldn't erase him out of that. I couldn't get him to be out of it. He was in his seat where he was supposed to be. It's a tag, and I was trying to see what was underneath it. So and he was talking, and I'm like, so I told him, I says, you don't need to be in the camera right now, because you know what, this is for my friends, and my friends know about you, but they don't need you. You need privacy, because you're a little guy, you're a young guy, you need privacy. So I put the phone away. And like I said, the other way home, if I wanted to look at stuff, well, the stuff I wanted to show you, Dad avoided because there was a construction by it too. I wanted to show you the lake for one thing, but I couldn't. On the way there, it would have been him in the picture. On the way back, it would have been Dad in the picture. So we'd have been videoing and my dad would have been violent. He'd have been mad if I'd have kept pointing a camera at him, even if it wasn't at him, was near him. So I really didn't have a chance to video it. I could have while I was at Walmart, but they play music while they're in there. I could have at the Salvation Army. I'm not sure if God music is copyrighted or not, but they were playing Christian music, God music, singing about God and Jesus and stuff music. But I wasn't sure if it was copyrighted, so in the other store, I was tired and I wanted to go home. So I was like, nope, you're going to get a video when I get home. You're going to see me talking the whole time, so you don't get to see it. I almost recorded the whole car ride on my side of the car to there to show you that it's empty until we get there. But then I thought, who's going to want to sit through that and listen to my music playing the whole time? And because my grandnephew was talking. And his mama agrees with me. He doesn't belong on video for the public to see right now. So, I mean, I love him, but I don't have permission to put him on video. And I agree with her. Charlie won't leave me alone, and her eyes are looking a little bit more normal. But he's still clingy. So, what else did I do? Nothing. Oh, I wasn't going to go to the food bank today. It was a food bank day, but I have plenty of food. And I would like to take, I know it's always there or whatever, I would like that portion that I would have taken, go to somebody that needed it this time. I didn't need it this time. I've got plenty of food. I don't have much of variety anymore, because I went through the stuff that wasn't the same as I had before. But, I still had plenty. And this one family went through my head when I made that decision today. And it's the one I told you about. They looked probably 20, 21, very, very, very young. And they had a 6-month-old baby. I know for a fact that they get WIC. Because it's almost a guarantee. When you have a kid, in Michigan at least, you get WIC. WIC is Women, Infants, and Children. WIC. And it is a program that provides them with vouchers to get milk, eggs, cheese, cereal, healthy foods to supplement, to keep mommy and baby healthy. Well, I mean, with all the budget cuts in the world and stuff going on, that's not enough. And you gotta know, come on, daddy's gotta be getting into that food too. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. They're a family. They're gonna share. So, what my thought in my head was, mommies with little tiny babies, brand new mommies with little tiny babies, need that nutrition more than I do. And again, I didn't need it today. I would have liked to have had different varieties. I would have wanted. There's a difference between want and need. I'm not sure if they think that way or if whatever, if they even think, whatever. They just don't even know that somebody was kind to them. And I had no run-ins with mean people today, and there were a lot of tourists around. Matter of fact, I was standing in Walmart, and a girl goes, "Oh, do you want to come past?" And I said, "Oh, please, thank you." And I said, "You are so polite. Thank you very much." And I would have said, "Excuse me, I have manners too." I said, "You're so polite. That was so kind of you." And I just ran into polite people all day long. The one at the Salvation Army, she told me she was 77, I think. And she says, "I don't mean to be rude, but are you 55? I said, "No, I'm not. Not yet." She says, "You are today. You get the senior discount." I know I should be insulted, but I'm kind of grateful. All the stuff I got there was $9. It came up to $9 because she was so kind. I thought, I'll give her the senior discount too. Why not? I don't want to get her in trouble, though. So I hope she doesn't get in trouble for me saying that. She may have been a boss, too. And they might have discrepancy to be able to do that, too. They might just be allowed to. But that was just, probably one of the nicest things. One of the nicest things. I just ran into nice people today. There was a guy at Walmart in Subway. And I'm like, I don't know what to get. I'm looking for some sort of special. Blah, blah, blah. He says, "Well, they have the daily special up there." He says, "It looks like Tuesday is the meatball sub." I said, "Oh." He said, "Yeah." He ended up ordering that too. I'm like, "Oh, I feel bad." But anyway, so he was just a nice gentleman, and then my grandnephew did the thing with having to go potty, and I says, "I'm gonna let you go ahead in front of me because he's gonna take a minute." And I says, "You just get your sandwich." And he turned around, and his vest had said an Iraqi veteran, a veteran from Iraq. I was like, what a sweet person. What a good man. I am so glad I let him go before me. He deserves it. I don't care if he might be close to my age or not. Which again, we're also close to senior citizens. I don't care if he is close to my age or not. He needs to. If I'd have known his jacket's had that on the back before, I'd have let him go ahead anyway. And honored the fact that he was and I didn't say anything to him. But in my heart, I would have honored him for being a veteran. He went over there. That man, I never knew. He never knew me until today. Went over there and protected me. And my daughter. And my niece. And my nephew. Never looked at any of us in our faces, ever. And he put his life on the line for us. So I have a lot of respect for veterans. A lot of respect for veterans. Including the one off-duty, not off-duty. Off-duty means you're not working. They all have a job. The non-combat ones. My dad was non-combat. He worked in the Navy. He was too young for World War II, too old for Vietnam or something, he said. I don't know. He just didn't hit the right age to go to war. But he had joined the Navy. And my uncle was in the Navy too. I don't think they were in the Navy at the same time or the same place. My uncle was basically a secretary. I don't have a lot of respect for my uncle, but there's reasons for that. And it has nothing to do with anything gross. He just did a dirty. He did a big dirty to the rest of us. So anyway, and then I have my aunt who joined the Army, and she was one of the first women that was allowed in the Army, I think my mom said. So I have a lot of respect for veterans. But I'll tell you what, like my dad is a veteran. If he's going to disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect him. I don't care if you are a veteran. You're not going to talk down to me. But if I'd have seen the back of his jacket beforehand, no questions asked, he would have gone first. Because he did kind of look like he got in line. Cut in line. And I saw a flag, and he looked like a biker. That's what he looked like. I'm like, I'm hungry. Get out of my way. And then he just talked kind and nice and had a smile. And it was very weird. It was very crowded today, but I didn't feel antsy, anxious, any of that up. My grandnephew insisted he wanted to be with Aunt T. Started throwing a fit too. And we're like, we'll follow Aunt T around the store, okay? Because I at first I said to him, I says, this is very busy, and I don't think it's a good idea for you to be with Aunt T alone today, because Aunt T might need to leave the store by herself. But I want you. So his mama said, we'll just all shop together. And that's how it worked out. And he got to ride in Aunt T's cart. And he got to do what he wanted to do after we told him no. But again, there's wiggle room for no. There's wiggle room for no. Most of the time. If you sit and listen to a kid and when they are throwing their fit, I wanted it, and I wanted that, and I wanted it. Like, I wanted you. That's a good excuse to throw the no away. Honestly, that's a good excuse to say, okay, you can have that. You wanted me. One of these days, you're gonna want me, and I won't be able to be around. So guess what? You got it. I just shook my hair to stand up. That one, though, makes me tired to watch. He isn't as verbal as Journey is yet, because he is just learning. He was tongue-tied when he was born. His uncle was tongue-tied when he was born, too. Which means your tongue is stuck to the bottom of your mouth like this. And they had to clip it loose. A lot of times with people that are like that, it takes them longer to learn how to talk. Also, there are other, like his mom and his grandfather had kind of issues with communication as well. So, but so he can't talk as fast as Journey can. But go. And I was going to tell you, that's what happens inside my brain all the time. Go, 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 go. There's a gal on TikTok that does it perfectly. Did I do the dishes? Dum da dum da dum. Did I do the dish? Did I do my laundry? La la la. And there's a whole bunch of different voices. It's her own voice, but there's a whole bunch of different statements all at the same time going on in her head. It's representing that, and I'm like, that's exactly what happens to me. And she talks about her ADHD brain. So basically, inside my head is like those two kids. They gave me summer squash. I guess I'll cook it up and throw it in a soup one of these days. I'll probably just throw it in the freezer until I do that. Just because. But I should probably cut. You know what I should do is cut it up and then put it in the freezer. But I'm not going to do that in front of y'all because that's boring. But I do need to get another cup of coffee and sort things out and put things away. So I'm going to cut this off and I'll see you later. You have a good day. Bye.